On James Cummings, Zach Lloyd.
He was one of a number of horses that were severely inconvenienced in a Wyong Cup where there was plenty of interference. It was a complete forgive. Prior to that was pretty good in the Rolly Mile.
Third up now, ready to peak, ready to show something.
4 is out, 5 wide, Jean Annabelle Neesham, Chad Schofield.
Very consistent conveyance, who's coming off a placing in the Wyong Cup last time when second behind Benno. He's got good tactical speed. I think he'll roll forward again.
Yeah, looks much the same as he has done.
We move to 6. Here's Gear Up. Stablemate Annabelle Neesham combining with Josh Parr.
Has had the benefit of a first up run in the Premier's Cup. Was beaten a fair way there, since being back to the trials and trolled up nicely at Rosehill.
The blinkers going on for the first time. Crossover comes back off. Just playing up with a few gear changes there. Always presents well. Today's no different.
We go to 7. Here's Lucan. Gay Waterhouse, Adrian Bott, Regan Bayliss.
There's been good support for him today. A quiet tip around the track. Has had one run back at Caulfield in the heavily at listed level over 1,700 metres and boxed on well there to be only beaten 2.5 lengths. He's got a good second up record, and you know he's going to make his own luck on speed.
Yeah, I didn't have a look at him obviously first up because he went around in Melbourne, but I'd say that run would have tightened him up beautifully for this. He's been clipped up, so he's in nice order.
Number 8 is Hosier, Mark Midavini, Jason Collett.
Severely inconvenienced in the Wyong Cup last time out. He's got a great record. He's won 8 from 18. If there's a slight query with him, all of his wins have come on rain affected going.
Yeah, he just wants a little bit of give in the ground, which he's not going to get, but condition wise as good as he has been.
Number 9, Desert Icon, Chris Waller, Brett Treble.
Comes up with the inside draw here. I think they'll ride him quite positively. He'll dig forward, look for a box seat run, and he'll be in it for a long way.
He's had plenty of racing, hasn't lost any condition.
Number 10 is Carla Paul, Chris Lees, Damien Oliver.
I lost the rider there in the Wyong Cup when sent out favourite. That was a decent. Prior to that was a decent enough placing in the Premier's Cup behind Bold Mac. He's got the right form lines.
Still not there 100% in the coat, but that's the only negative I can find.
Number 11, Spirit Ridge, Annabelle Neesham, Ryan Maloney.
Placed in the Wyong Cup last time out when third behind Benno. He's drawn wide, but I imagine they'll push forward with him.
He's a big burly boy. Always looks like he's carrying condition, but that's just him.
That was very alliterative, Shani. Big burly boy, down to 12 Torrance, Mark Chevalier, Keegan Latham.
Second up from a spell today. He's had one run back over an unsuitable trip in 1,600 metres. This is his distance range. Gets in light, good draw. He'll push forward.
13 is out, 14 Military Mission, Gay Waterhouse, Adrian Bott, Rachel King.
He's had the 24 starts for 5 wins and 8 minor placings. Was pretty good at Randwick in the Premier's Cup there behind Hosier, and then just couldn't back it up last start.
15, Bonnie Ezra, Chris Waller, Jay Ford.
Yeah, an 8-year-old these days. He's had the 39 starts. He's a 5-time winner. Contested the City Tats Cup last outing. Finished 5th there behind Athabaskan. You know he'll keep coming.
16, Outlandos, John Sargent, John Van Overmeer.
Another very experienced campaigner who has been racing consistently. Middle draw today, probably settled down midfield. 17,
Parry Sound, Sarah Ryan, Dylan Gibbons.
Yeah, if you're looking for one at a price that could bob up here into the exotics at least, perhaps Parry Sound fits the bill. Nice draw, 4th in the Wyong Cup last time out.
Number 18, Raging Bull, Reece Jones on board for David Payne.
Probably eligible for easier races, but didn't shirk the task in the City Tats Cup last time, went 4th behind Athabaskan.
Wineglass Bay, this is in the market down the bottom, Chris Waller, Karen McAvoy.
Yeah, last start winner. There has been some support around for this, the 4-year-old, who won benchmark 78 last time out, had a perfect run in transit and did just enough to edge out too much Caviar.
Thought he looked really good when he got the job done at Rosehill the other day. He looks equally as well.
Neesham. All right, so they're heading off to the gates. In fact, they're arriving there for the Newcastle Gold Cup. Annabelle Neesham with 3 runners heading into the race.
Good.
Including Bois de Jean. Rob Archibald is here, and he was very brave there at Wyong.
Yeah, he was. He stuck on very well. Look, he's a very genuine horse. He's got a little bit of a tricky gate here to contend with, but if he can get around that, I think he's really set up for this race.
He's a fit horse.
He is, yeah. He's been going for a while. We've tried to space his runs through the season to sort of get a bit of longevity out of him, but he presented really well today, and I think he's should be run a nice race.
Stablemate, Gear Up.
Yeah, look, disappointing first up, certainly well below expectations. Just said to Josh there to try and just put him right into the race here and get him in amongst them early, and blinkers have gone on. I think, look, certainly showing us at home that he's good improvement, and hopefully he can bring that here.
What about Spirit Ridge?
Yeah, again, very genuine, just a beautiful horse. Look, Ryan will press forward, see where he ends up. He should get a nice run, and look, he 2,300 should suit.
Good luck, mate.
Thank you.
There's Rob, as the Cup field are about to move in. Mick, we'll come to you in a moment, but Shani, what did you find out of the yard?
Gav, I'm going to go with Cleveland here. I was just really taken by him. He just owned the yard the moment he walked in, and even when Ben jumped aboard, he spruiked himself up and he looked $1 million. So I had to put him on top. I just love the improvement he'd made from his first to his second run.
Yeah, I'm with you, Shani. Late mail numbers here, 2, 7, 10 and 3. I thought it was a great run there in the Premier's Cup at Group 3 level. Only beaten 2.5 lengths. Should have finished much closer. Was held up for a run. I just think 2,300 metres second up looks ideal. 7 Salukin's going to give a great sight on speed. I thought it was a good run in the Heatherly. Wasn't beaten all that far. Another one that's going to love going out to the 2,300 metres today. 10 Carlapaw was sent out favourite in the Wyong Cup when lost the rider there, and as I mentioned earlier, if it has taken no ill effect from that mishap, can certainly bounce back, and I put in a Legron for 4th, but the chances don't stop there. 2, 7, 10 and 3.
Okay, so having a look at the market, gee, they've come for the local Carlapaw. Chris Lees had been desperate to win his hometown cup, his late brother Max. Never won a Newcastle Cup 3 years ago though. Mugger 2 provided it, and they backed Carlapaw here. $5 into $4.20, so he's now favourite. And there have been a few changes at the top of betting. Cleveland, the stablemate, has been solid at 5, down to Salukin, who's been a bit easy on track. Bois de Jonte is 9 out to 10. Hosier has been easy, out 2.5 points. And then down to number 19, that's Wineglass Bay, who's also drifted, and Desert Icon likewise. So the best back you'd have to say here has been Carlapaw, and of course a number of them coming out of the lead-up run in the Newcastle Cup, but that was a total forget for any number of these runners. Yeah,
exactly. It was a very messy race, the Wyong Cup this year, and yeah, that makes it a little bit difficult. And I suppose the other thing is the 2 favourites from the Chris Lees yard, Carlapaw and Cleveland, have both drawn very awkwardly here, which is going to make it the task a little tougher.
Cleveland's colours were carried to victory by Green Moon back in 2011, who went on to win the Melbourne Cup the following year, the famous Williams colours. And Carlapaw just getting to 440 now on track. And Cleveland, you were happy enough with Shani to go out of the yard from here?
I was, yeah. Look, I don't really like Stayers second up, but he just looked too good not to put on top.
Okay, so the winner, of course, of this race, exempt from ballot for the Metropolitan. So there's plenty on the line here.
Yeah, there certainly is, and a big field. And if you're looking for one at long odds, maybe including the exotics very late in the piece, perhaps Parry Sound, right down the bottom of the list, I think can run a cheeky race from a good draw.
Okay, last look at the market. So not a lot now between Cleveland, who they're coming for late, and the stablemate, which is Carlapaw. Only other runner in single figures is Salukin, who got out to $10, but comes back in a ½ point as the last few prepare to get set. Any movers of those that are longer quote? They're not really. They're focused on 2 here primarily, and they are the stablemates. Chris Lee's looking for his 2nd Newcastle Gold Cup. Let's go up for the call. Here's Luke.
Say visitors draws for the wide barriers, but Chris Lee's local trainer, he's got the outside 2 marbles here with his charges, Cleveland and Carlapaw, who completes the line. Cupfield ready to be released. Set. They stand. Allegron just marking time. Now they're right. To the roar of the crowd, they're off and racing in the Newcastle Cup, and Carlapaw's immediately restrained. So too is Cleveland. And Spirit Ridge, he got a great start. If the Knights start like that this weekend, you'll be happy. Look at him go, Spirit Ridge, down to the winning post, a round to go. He's going to cross them. Leading from Hosier, sliding forward. Wineglass Bay about to get into a great spot with cover 4th the outside. He's on the outside of Sir Lucan. Gear Up was next as they go over the crossing. Then Desert Icon. Followed by Military Mission. Getting back was Parry Sound, Allegron, Raging Bull, 3 wide. Torrens the inside. Bois de Jonte between runners, 3 or 4 lengths away, then to Bonnie Ezra on the inside of Outlandos. And the Chris Lees pair, 1-2 at the back of the field. That's Cleveland and Carlapaw, who's last on the inside, and he'd be 16 lengths off the lead. Which into the back straight is Spirit Ridge. He's got the ears pricked, enjoying his work here in the Cup. 1,400 metres to go. He's 1.5 in front of Hosier for Mark Minavini. He's parked in second spot, the other local. Behind those horses, Sir Lucan. He's enjoying a great run on the fence, followed by Wineglass Bay for Karen McAvoy. Behind those then was Desert Icon in a stretched out field. Gear Up centre field. Behind those was Parry Sound, Military Mission as they race in pairs now. Raging Bull's been able to get one off the outside of Allegron. Then Torrens, he's being covered up by the grey galloper, Bois d'Argent. Further back was Outlandos, in company there with Bonnie Ezra. Cleveland and Carla Paw still at the back of the field. Spirit Ridge has got them stretched out over plenty of territory here. He brings them down the side to Spirit Ridge. 1 length in front of Hosier, travelling strongly. Sir Lucan pops 3 deep before the turn. Then Wineglass Bay's had a sweet trip. Back behind those, Desert Icon, Military Mission. Where are these favourites? Carla Paw's last defence as they come for home. 4.25 to run. Spirit Ridge led Hosier. To the outside, Sir Lucan. Wineglass Bay presents. Then Desert Icon, Military Mission is running home. It's coming down the outside with Bois d'Argent. Carla Paw still a long way back. 200 metres to go. Spirit Ridge, Hosier, Military Mission, Desert Icon. Wineglass Bay boxes on. 100 to go. He's game. Spirit Ridge, Hosier, Military Mission. They come hard. And Military Mission got him right on the line. Military Mission has got up and won the Newcastle Cup from Spirit Ridge. Third, Hosier, he was gallant. Fourth, a photo. Wide out, Bois d'Argent, Wineglass Bay, then Cleveland, followed by the next home, Sir Lucan, Bonnie Ezra. Well back was Allegron, Raging Bull, Parry Sound and Torrens. Outlandos, Gear Up. And where's Carla Paw? I didn't call him over the line. Has he finished about midfield or so?
Military Mission has stormed home from the back, over the top of them. Rachel King on board for Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. That is Gay's 8th Newcastle Gold Cup. Spirit Ridge defied them all, bar one. Hosier was gutsy, up on speed, and Desert Icon, who had a lovely run, wound up in 4th. We were looking for those back markers, namely the favourite Carla Paw and Cleveland, and they never ever really looked like winning possibilities.
No, that's for sure and certain, and you've got to forgive a good horse one bad run. It was very good in the Premier's Cup, 2 back when runner-up behind Hosier, and then obviously had an issue there last time in the City Tats Cup, but has bounced back in style today. Lovely ride from Rachel King, timing her run to perfection.
He now gets an exemption into the Metropolitan, and you can bet your bottom dollar that's exactly where he's going. Military Mission is Rachel King, her first win in the Cup here at Newcastle, and as I say, Gay and Adrian win. It is Gay's 8th, and we'll hear from the connections in relation to the winner when we return.